meeting. Was drunk and did it or what? But either way,
Yeah, but there's a 3/4.
the last name is Mouse.
I thought, no.
I just
For the entire board.
last week.
Married couple.
We forgot stuff. So I totally blew off my finance one guy because I didn't even realize
Yeah, we got several more, but
they had other meetings.
Well, you got a little money.
You are colorful.
well, we went ahead and spent money tonight without.
You're not off now.
Yeah, they could buy a couple of more bicycles out there instead of the quads.
What did you buy?
6 squads.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Three. I was getting summer season. I don't pay for all that. Are these LP?
No.
Yeah,
but that,
Oh, yeah.
Can't justify it
you can't set it up. It's hard to set up.
over 10 grand a vehicle, set one up and you can't interchange it.
Yeah, when it's all Crown Vics, you can do it.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
So we have a mix now. We still have some LP.
I don't know if there's any left or not.
Sheriff, is there any LP ones running yet?
oh,
I went out.
what if a whole bunch of questions like, what can we do?
Yeah, and there were a lot of.
I always
I thought the reason was we couldn't do a really good break stand with. Yeah, we had 3 streams when I lived on the Park Falls. And we knew all the holes. You know, so we were like big worms and how many brothers and
Yeah.
we had hundreds of people. And deer season.
We went home and candy stuff.
A lot of venom. I used to go fishing quite often.
Let's see. You
Out
got
lake, like chains. Yeah, with the 4-wheel drive, I can't play field. You know, I was, when I got.
Really, because it's like all
paper summer.
fall time.
I don't know. He has
like forever.
on the new Dodge, he has, it's got like 3 different varieties of 4-wheel drives. I really love that. I'm pretty sure it's like a transform if it rolled over tires.
Woody Curtis?
Keep going.
All that for 100,000.
I know.
I saw a video the other day.
So I didn't do it last year. Then she said,
He's got that.
I need to get
It
out.
was like
The only legal
Turn
muskie
over.
I ever caught.
now it's back on its feet. And then it drives
I
off.
got 7.
Oh,
I have 7 o'clock. I call a meeting to order. Roll call by the county clerk.
We have 27 present and 3 absent.
Okay, thank you. We have a quorum. Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Falker, could you lead us?
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a second to think about the budget. Excellent. Have you, please be seated. I requested motion for approval of the agenda, or excuse me, we're in compliance with the open meetings law.
We are, Mr. Chair.
A motion to approve the agenda as printed.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Jekyll, second by Mr. Backlund. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. Communications, any communications this week?
No communication.
No communications, okay. We have, that takes us to public comment. Public comment of concerning agenda items. Any public comments concerning agenda items? Seeing none. Item 8, reports. Mr. Waymeyer?
So as part of our budget process, we do give you the state reports annual basis. That's also in the budget. The first one is our net new construction. And that's on page 1. That is broken down by the full all the municipalities, the towns, cities, and villages in the county, and also the county's overall net new construction, which is roughly 1.09%. And then on page 2 is the apportionment, and then basically this is the process of how each value is of the total is broken down. So as the mill rates and everything are distributed, that's the basis for the municipalities of how the county levy is allocated.
Thank you. Any questions on those reports? Seeing none. Public hearing. Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to open the public hearing of the 2025 recommended budget. This is a public hearing required by state statute. I will need a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Jekyll. The hearing is open. All in favor of opening the hearing, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. It is open. Questions concerning the budget from the public? Or anybody?
Yes, I have a question.
Mr. Gross.
All right, should I come up front or
No.
just here?
That's fine.
Okay, I have a question on the page 364, 521650 on drug testing. To whom is only being drug tested, and what's the methodology?
So this is under the highway department. So all our, majority of our folks are required to have CDLs. And so as a requirement, they must meet the state of Wisconsin CDL requirements. So there's a random drug alcohol test that they get a call in. We use Ford Business Health to conduct those for us, and that is reported back to our HR and highway department as necessary to compliance with a CDL license.
Okay, so what type? Just blood or hair follicle or urine?
I'll be honest, I believe it's a urine test, but we have to clarify that for sure.
Okay,
We don't dictate the test. This is supposed to be a randomized sample to be in compliance with state law.
okay, and they're the only ones? Just people on the front lines?
Those who have a CDL license
They're the only ones.
are subject to that because of the requirements.
All right. But they're the only ones. No one in middle management is being tested.
If you have a CDL that is active to participate, then you would be subject to it. So if your middle managements do not, and that's not a requirement for most middle management positions to have a CDL, then they would not be subject to it.
Okay. All right.
I hope that helps. It's a matter of
Just-
the license
it
for
helps
CDL.
that, you know, with the different companies that I work for, they usually are just only testing people on the front lines. And I was speaking to an owner last fall, and I suggested, why don't you do some of the middle management people? And when he did, there was a fairly high percentage that failed.
If the board would be in a position they wouldn't want that, we'd have to develop a policy that would probably include more than just one department. If that would be the intent.
Yes.
Any other questions, comments on the budget? Questions, comments on the budget? Seeing none, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Chairman, I move to close the public hearing on the 2025 recommended budget.
Second by Mr. Backlund, or second by Mr. Gulag, I think it was. Any discussion? All in favor of closing the public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the hearing is closed. Takes us to special order of business, questions and answers on the 2025 budget.
So we started this a few years ago in case there's any questions from the board of myself or other staff members related to what was recommended in the budget in my presentation from a few weeks ago. I know we've already had a few supervisors reach out with questions, which we appreciate, and we'll try to make sure we get the responsive answer if you have not got them yet. So this is the time. If you have any initial questions or if you need to follow up, please let us know. As a reminder, we are requesting all budget amendments are turned into the administrator's office by noon on November 4th. Finance Committee will meet on November 5th to consider it. All proposed amendments, whether they're recommended or not, would come to the full county board on November 12th. So just as a reminder of the process.
Mr. Brogler.
I just want to let the rest of the board know that they're responsive to your questions. I had 8 or 10 that I emailed. I got answers to all of them either from Mark or from the department heads, and it all made sense because you can't always get it all in that little paragraph there at the end. So if you do have questions, I encourage you to ask them.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Burning concerns? Seeing none, we'll move on to committee reports, resolutions, and ordinances. Executive Committee, Supervisor Winnicke.
Okay, I have authorizing contract with executive search firm. That would be resolution number 2024-56.
56.
Executive summary: the services of an executive search firm are necessary to recruit qualified candidates for the county administrator position. An executive search firm will develop a candidate profile and recruitment strategy, recruit and screen candidates, and assist in the candidate selection. The county posted a request for proposals seeking proposals for executive recruitment services and received 5 responses. Senior staff and the county board chair reviewed the proposals and interviewed the top 3 candidates who they believed would be the best fit with Jefferson County. Based on that review, they recommend the contract be awarded to CPS HR Consulting. CPS HR Consulting has extensive experience in recruiting executive-level professionals for public agencies nationwide. Additionally, the proposal offered an all-inclusive flat rate pricing model. This resolution would authorize the county administrator to enter into a contract with CPS HR Consulting for executive recruitment services for the county administrator position. The executive committee considered this resolution at its meeting on October 22nd, 2024, and recommended forwarding it to the county board for approval. The selected bid, CPS HR Consulting, would be a $30,000 flat fee. The company selected has nationwide experience and someone who specializes in the Midwest area. I would move approval of this resolution selecting CPS HR Consulting.
Second. Moved by Mr. Winnicke, second by Mr. Christensen. Questions, discussion? Mr. Brogler.
Where are they located?
Michael, why don't you address that? Michael was on the selection committee with me.
They're headquartered in Sacramento, California. Most of the bids that we got were from out of state. We had a couple of California firms, but our recruiter is named Dave Niemeyer from CPS. He is Chicagoland area. He is a longtime local government village administrator, city manager, and that's where he's based.
Other questions? Seeing none, all in favor of this resolution, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it is passed. Takes us to number 12, Fair Park Committee. Mr. Paulson is excused tonight. He's got stuck on, his plane got delayed. So I don't know who the vice chair is. Mr. Gross didn't know either.
He's absent. White.
Oh, well, Brandon White is, okay. So between Ms. Hafter, Ms. Gross, Mr. Backlund, who wants to read the resolution?
I can read it. It's okay.
Okay.
Resolution number 2024-57, authorizing the purchase and installation of PA system for the Fair Park. In March 2021, Jefferson County was awarded an ARPA tourism grant from the Wisconsin Department of Administration. One of the needs identified during the application process was a reliable public address PA system on the fairgrounds. The Jefferson County Fair Park currently does not have a reliable PA system, which causes reoccurring technical challenges and inconveniences for staff and clients. Jefferson County is upgrading the PA system to streamline operations and ensure clear, high-quality audio across the entire fairgrounds. This investment will not only meet the immediate needs of clients, but also position the fair park as a more attractive and competitive venue for future events. Approximately $40,000 of funding was awarded for this project. Jefferson County Fair Park staff solicited proposals from 5 companies for the proposed PA system upgrade and received 3 responses. AVI Systems provided the most reasonable proposal which satisfies the current scope of work and meets the future needs of the fair park. Additionally, AVI Systems has committed to completing the work by the end of the year, which will satisfy the tourism grant requirements. This resolution authorizes the county administrator to contract with AVI Systems for the purchase and installation of a comprehensive public address PA system for Jefferson County Fair Park. The Fair Park Committee considered this resolution at its meeting on October 10th, 2024, and recommended forwarding it to the county board for approval. Fiscal note, grant funds and related expenses for this project are currently appropriated in the 2024 budget. No budget adjustment is necessary. I recommend this be approved by the board.
Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Herbst. Questions? Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the resolution passes. Human Resources Committee, Mr. Brogler.
Ordinance number 2024,
13.
I was going to go with 11. Amending sections of the Jefferson County Civil Service Ordinance. The Sheriff's Office is currently understaffed and needs to recruit and hire for numerous vacancies. There is a need to revise the recruitment process to enhance efficiency and effectiveness. In an effort to align the recruitment and promotional process with the specific needs of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, the following amendments to the Civil Service Ordinance are proposed. 1, changing the recruitment process for deputy sheriff positions so that the sheriff, rather than the Civil Service Commission, is responsible for screening and hiring candidates. 2, outlining the duties of the Civil Service Commission as it relates to promotional positions. 3, clarifying the minimum requirements for positions within the sheriff's office. 4, expanding the candidate pool for promotional positions to include external candidates with the requisite number of years within a law enforcement agency, rather than limiting it to experience within a sheriff's office at the sheriff's discretion. The Human Resource Committee reviewed the proposed amendments to the Civil Service Ordinance and recommended forwarding the amendments to the County Board for approval pursuant to State Statute 59.86286D. Amendments to the Civil Service Ordinance requires affirmative vote of 3/4 of the members elect of the County Board. I move for passage.
Moved by Mr. Brogler, second by Mr. Jaco. Questions, discussion? I have one question. Go ahead.
Well, just a little update since this is an update. So you see all the blue stuff are the things that are being made changed to it. This was put by the Civil Service Commission, and they were very much in favor of it because this alleviates some of the pressure for them to meet on a regular basis. So they were fine with that. And those of you that have been on the county board for a while know we have struggled to fill positions from the bottom almost to the top. So this is just making it a little more easier for the management to fill the spots with the right people.
My question was, and maybe Sheriff Mays can answer this as well. How many, around the counties in the state, how many are set up where the Civil Service Commission hires the deputies and how many where the sheriff directly does? What's the common practice?
I would say, Mr. Chairman, that the common practice now is that the civil service is not involved in the hiring process, but is involved with the promotional process. The majority of this language came from our neighbors to the south in Walworth County. They just recently changed theirs about a year and a half ago due to the fact that the recruitment of new deputies is so tough and so competitive that it just makes it more effective. And
Streamlines it somewhat? Okay,
yes, sir.
thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, this is a 3/4 vote, so we'll vote on your tablets.
Supervisor Richardson, Supervisor Herbst,
Aye.
Supervisor Richardson, you're muted.
Okay.
There it is.
What'd she say?
It just came in.
She's muted again.
No, she's muted.
Not muted.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, man.
What was your vote?
I.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie.
All right, we have 28 yes, 0 no, and 2 absent.
The ordinance passes. Takes us to item 14, appointments by county administrator. Mr. Waymire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. By virtue of the authority vested in me in section 59.18, parent 2, parent C of Wisconsin statute, I respectfully request a confirmation of Sheriff Travis Mays as the sheriff's representative to the Traffic Safety Commission for an indeterminate term. I respectfully request confirmation of this appointment.
Moved by Mr. Jacob.
Second.
Second by, I didn't hear, who was the second? Mr. Christensen has hand up, okay. Question, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Welcome to the Traffic Safety Commission. Takes us to item 15, public comment of a general nature. I have Mr. Gross here.
We're in October here now, so, and something new on the agenda for people to recognize is Rural Women on October 10th. So for the rural women here, you know, I thank you. And I give it credit because, you know, it's XX, you know, think about it, you know, from the chromosome end. And the other thing that I want to, and it's also, you know, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You know, this is a major issue from a financial end that's going to be hitting every county pretty hard. Everyone's pretty silent about it. You know, the number's up to already at over 26%. You know, that's a big number. So what that's telling me that it's got to be affecting probably at least 50% of the people in this room. So just, and the number is gone up pretty quickly, you know. Ben and probably the company and the judicial system is probably seeing it going up extremely fast, and it's going up faster every year. So look at it from a financial end for everyone to be dealing with. That's all I have to say.
Having no other public comment registered here. Announcements. Announcements on DNR learning sessions for local governments redevelopment sign up. I don't know what that is.
So we were asked to forward, this is an educational opportunity, I think down at UW Whitewater, correct? So we just want to make sure the board members were aware, or if their local towns, villages, or cities might be interested, this is an opportunity for training on this subject.
Okay. This is at UW Whitewater.
Correct.
Okay. With that announcement, just a reminder, our next county board meeting is November 12th. Mr. Waymire reviewed the amendment process. Get your amendments in by November
4th at noon.
4th at noon if you have any amendments. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Mr. Jacobs, second by Mr. Gulig or Mr. Falker and a lot of others there. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thanks, Cassie. Opposed?